So the first thing I want to talk about is why we developed this web application, Bookfinder. One obvious reason is that a lot of students, they don't understand the Library of Congress call number range. Especially we're finding a lot of, especially other new students, they really had this problem finding the book in the library. The second reason is we really want to improve the user experience of finding not only just books but also other physical items and also facility in the library. The other thing I think we really think we want to help our information desk staff to really direct our students to the right location effectively. So at Marsden, we truly believe all the innovation should start with students. And you may have already known, Marsden University has probably has run entrepreneurship and incubation space. It's called Digital Media Zone for a few years. It has been quite successful. So at the library, we also have a lot of projects. They're actually done by students. So the Bookfinder program actually started with students. So Stephen was one of them, but we kept him as a full-time staff in the library. We have a long wish list when we start doing this project. First of all, we want to. It's not necessary for us to create a piece of technology or system. What we really want to do is create a greater user experience. I think that really defines the future of the library. The second thing, we look at other like Stack, a mapping tool. So very few of them actually they have a proper search functionality. So that's one thing we really want to build in. The third thing in our wish list, we want this program work on every different devices, no matter it's an iPhone, Android phone, a desktop computer, or even our new launched 32 inches touchscreen kiosk. And we believe our goal is to basically building the connection between the digital world and the physical environment. So I'm not going to talk too much about the long wish list. I just want to give you guys show you a few screenshots about what we have done so far. So this is our library homepage, and because this program is integrated with our catalog so seamlessly, so we even don't need a web application interfacing on like embedded in our library website. So students, they can get just access through catalog. We also have this mobile version for the Bookfinder. So if you try our library website, library.marsden.ca, on your phone, you can easily get the access to the web, the Bookfinder app through Find Books and Media. So this is actually a new thing we have just launched in September. It's our information kiosk. It's 32 inches, basically a pretty big machine there, and it's sitting in the entrance of the library lobby. And we also revised our Bookfinder in order to make it work on this 32 inches kiosk. So this is another screenshot of the search result of our catalog. So for students, they can just easily click on the Find on Shelf icon, then it will take them to the next page of the the item. And in this case, this book is on the 8th floor, and so we also identify the shelf number, and the student can associate with that, and it's very straightforward. So this is another screenshot of our mobile Bookfinder search result, and also the mapping page.
Yeah. Quick, that's the search there. It's actually powered by Summon as opposed to like our catalog. So
yeah.
We use the Summon API to power the search.
Yeah. So the other thing we really want to do in this fall, maybe in the winter, we want to integrate this Bookfinder with our summer discovery service. We also add a few things into this Bookfinder application. So because the library has already produced a few very helpful YouTube video tutorial. So this one is about the basic tutorial about call numbers. So we integrate with our Bookfinder. So if students they still want to know a little bit more about call number, the basics, they can just view this video tutorial within 2 minutes. Because sometimes we notice technology is not necessarily the only solution for service. So we also have this help button on the mobile interface, and tell students if they use our app, they still can't find a book, they can actually access to those service points in the library. So the other significant change we have made to this app is actually not on the technology side. It's really in the physical environment, and so we installed all the new. You can see the new shelf on every stacks in the library, and so like for students, they don't need to care about the call number range anymore. So if they find the stack number, they can just go directly over there. I think all the new generation of students really appreciate this kind of new service. So now I'm just going to turn over to Stephen.
All right, raise this up a little bit here. All right, so I'm just going to talk a little quickly about how this works here. So so the backend, it's not exactly anything special. PHP, MySQL, and the Summon API. We just use the CodeIgniter framework. If you're not familiar with it, it's just kind of model view controller type of setup. It's a really handy framework. We've actually used it in a number of different projects. In terms of finding locations, so we basically pull information out of our catalog, all the stuff that a student would need to know. So the call number of a book, where it is, and then the availability, because you don't want to go to a book or you don't want to look for the book on a shelf when it's been checked out or something along those lines there. And basically all it does, it puts it on the map, which you saw in a screenshot earlier, based on the call number range entered into the system. So basically the way which it works, I'm sure you're all familiar, every stack has like a start and an end of the call numbers. And basically when you search for a book, it gets the call number, where does it fall in between, and it just does a little simple calculation to figure out your book must be here. All right, and then managing stack data, which is the all-important thing, because entering it once originally is obviously very important, but then there's the ongoing maintenance, because all these stack start and ends, eventually they shift time to time when we get any type of weeding or acquisitions. The call number rangers, they're always moving around, so we actually got our the lead hand of shelving, so every time they do a shift, they will go into the system, keep everything up to date. It's a quick little peek into the back end here. So so obviously we have a bunch of books, and they come in a bunch of different types. So you have your regular books, which will fall in your standard A to Z call numbers there, but then certain different types have different rules, because for example, something on reserve, no matter its call number, it's always going to be at the reserve desk, so the system needs a way of handling that. So basically the way it works here, using the keywords, it just matches what is in the catalog, and it kind of picks up on the item type like that. So here's a quick little glimpse into our usage. So this is as of September 17th. So actually, even the usage this month has gone up substantially. As of half hour ago, it's almost exactly the same as March. So this app's actually used quite well. And this is also keeping in mind with the stats, you'll only see the Bookfinder doing the mapping if you've gone to the catalog and pressed the button or the mobile interface. Once we kind of get that tied into the summon search page, we expect that usage to actually go up substantially. All right, so this is actually a really interesting statistic. It kind of got us all by surprise. So based on all this stuff which is mapped on the, anytime the program maps a book, this is actually, if you're coming from a desktop or if you're coming from some type of mobile device. So it's about 1/3 mobile devices and 2/3 desktop. So the really high mobile usage is actually really surprising. So sharing and contributing here. So the project itself is hosted on, or all the sources on GitHub. So if you ever want to download it, play around with it, you're more than welcome to, and encouraged if you want to make changes to fork it out and hopefully merge it back in one day. And this is just a shout out to everyone who's had some type of input on the project here. So some of these students, staff, like some of you may know Cynthia. All right, and this is our contact information. It might be a little hard to read there, but...
Thank you.